Now, sometimes in older shows, which is as you know, you'll come across actors who today are big names.
Yes, true.
But back then, not so much. Space Precinct is a prime example.
Yes, lots of big names in that.
Well, do you want to pick out a couple at random?
Richard James?
Obviously, massive name.
Yeah, Idris Elba?
Yes, obviously huge now. Any others?
Ray Winston popped up, I think.
Exactly.
Stephen Griff.
Yes.
Francis Barber. Stephen Burkhoff. But you're talking about people who went on to greater things, perhaps.
Yeah, well, Idris Elba and Ray Winston. Idris Elba's a great one, for sure. But back in 1994, for Idris Elba and Ray Winston, for example, they were in minor roles and even had their voices dubbed over by their actors.
Oh, imagine.
So, if you can imagine if Idris or Ray Winston would cast in a kind of a Space Precinct today, they would be in lead roles, whereas
of course
then...
they would.
Yeah. Well, there is one other well-known UK-based actor who these days you would even perhaps call a national treasure.
Oh, yeah.
But this particular actor failed to get into an Anderson series not once, but twice.
Oh, shame.
First of all, this actor was screen tested for the role of a shadow moonbase operative in UFO in full costume.
Right.
But sadly wasn't hired for the series. Then a few years later, the same actor was cast in a Protectors episode called Petard. I guess,
as in Captain.
Hoist by one's own, I assume.
Oh, I see. I was thinking Patrick Stewart.
Captain Petard. No, this actor was supposed to be playing one of Harry Rule's friends.
Right.
A lady friend, in fact.
Ah.
So I hid the gender up till now, but it is a lady actor. But unfortunately, her scene was cut from the finished episode. So despite the fact she was cast, she was never actually in it, in the broadcast version.
Wow.
So, Richard, can you name this unfortunate actor?
Well, it could be anybody, couldn't it?
Well, throw me some names of famous females who might be...
Fielding.
No, it's not Miriam Margolyes either, believe it or not.
Really? Okay, but thinking of the time, Dinah Rigg?
I think you're closing in on it.
Am I?
Yeah.
Dinah Rigg, so she was in the Avengers, so somewhere around there. Oh, Linda Thorson? Another Avenger?
No, colder.
Joanna Lumley was in the new...
Yes, it's only Joanna Lumley. Yes.
Really?
Joanna Lumley was almost a shadow moonbase girl.
Wow.
And was filmed for an episode of The Protectors, but sadly we never saw that come to pass.
Ah.
And of course, within a few years of The Protectors, along comes the new Avengers, which is, as you mentioned,
indeed.
And she gets the role of Purdy.
Yes.
It's a smash hit, and suddenly Joanna Lumley is a household name. Absolutely massive.
Wow.
It's exactly the sort of name that an Anderson show would be chasing, but by that point, no more Anderson shows being made, or certainly not live-action ones that you could have Joanna Lumley in.
No, that's right.
So but can you imagine if she'd been a moonbase operative in UFO?
Yeah, but the thing is, had she got that job, would she then have been available for the new Avengers?
Well, she would have been. She would have been by that point, but so it was. I guess if she'd maybe got that, then she might have had a bigger role in the Protectors, and then she wouldn't have been in Avengers. In the Avengers,
that's right. It's all this sort of sliding doors scenario, isn't it? If she'd got the part in UFO, she might not have had much of a career at all.
Yeah,
you just don't know.
Now, she did screen test for UFO, and we've got the stills, we've got the photos of her doing it.
Ah, nice.
And she makes an excellent moonbase girl.
Yeah.
Now, a few years ago, when we discovered these stills, we did actually email her agent and say, does she have any memory, any recollection whatsoever?
I could guess what's coming.
And, the agent said, let me investigate. I'll make sure I look into this thoroughly. And after a few weeks, I got an email back and I opened it thinking, oh, great, we can get the behind-the-scenes story. And Joanna sadly has no recollection whatsoever of doing this.
No, there we are. Oh, well, ho-hum.
So no inside gossip there, but
shame.
Still quite cool that a national treasure was almost in 2 Gerry Anderson shows, but wasn't.